Hey guys, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge. I purchased Stellaris a long while back, but instantly got overwhelmed by the many layers of complexity of the game. Don't get me wrong, complexity can make for a very good game, which it is, but it can be daunting for new players and discourage them. Thanks to my best friend Eric, who provided me an in-person tutorial and lots of research, I've made this 5 best beginner tips video, which will hopefully help you get started in playing and enjoying the game. Let's get started. So we're going to talk about 5 things in this video: building ships, growing your territory, the hidden importance of districts, how buildings work, and finally, how to make a trade route. There are 2 types of ships in the game: combat and non-combat ships. Non-combat ships include constructors, science ships, and colony ships. There are many combat ship sizes, but you only start with the smallest kind at the beginning, the corvette. Either way, to build a ship, you'll need to select a starbase with a shipyard module equipped. Either go to the system that you know has the starbase, or, more simply, select the starbase from the shipyards list from the right panel. Select the bottom tab Shipyard on the right. It'll show you all the ship designs. Their cost is always in alloys and time. Sometimes combat ships will cost special resources, while colony ships may cost food, money, and consumer goods. Simply click on the ship you need, and it'll subtract the resources immediately and start building it. One of the core concepts of the game is gaining control of systems and increasing your territory. To build anything with a constructor ship, you'll first need to have it fully surveyed with a science ship. All science ships need to be manned by a scientist. To recruit one, pull up the leader screen on the left panel. Select Recruit from the Scientist column and it'll give you 3 candidates. Pay attention to their age and special traits. With a manned science ship, right-click on an unsurveyed system and select Survey. There will be an announcement when fully surveyed, at which point you'll need a constructor ship. Select it and you can right-click on the star and it will give you the option to make an outpost there for a cost of influence and alloys. There are many different ways to decrease the costs, whether it be race traits, traditions, or technologies. Once the outpost is built, it will increase your territory. You can at this point select Constructor and right-click on the star, and it will give you the option to either make mining or research stations depending on the resources there for a cost of minerals. Once the outpost is built, you may use a colony ship to colonize a planet in the system. Move the ship to the system, and then with the system zoomed in and the ship selected, right-click on the banner of the planet to be able to colonize. The concept of districts is something that I missed, and you might as well. In the early game, you'll notice a symbol next to your planets, either a red briefcase or a red house, meaning there are not enough jobs or not enough housing in that planet. You're able to make both through districts. There's a lot to teach about districts, but the basics is that by clicking on these buttons will allow you to create districts, creating specific types of housing and basic jobs. There are city, generator, mining, and agriculture districts. City districts will typically provide 5 housing plus typically 1 clerk job. Generator districts provide typically 2 housing and 2 technician jobs. Mining districts provide 2 housing and 2 mining jobs. And finally, the agriculture district provides 2 housing and 2 farming jobs. Certain race traits can affect those exact numbers. There are upkeep costs to making districts, but the benefits will outweigh it. Building districts also affects your empire's sprawl, so only build them when you need them. Unlike buildings, which we'll talk about momentarily, districts will not be lost if you lose or transfer your population somewhere else. When you colonize a planet, you'll start with a basic administration building which provides housing and jobs along with a few other things. Every 5 population, a building slot will open up, giving you the ability to make a special building for your planet. These buildings have a variety of purposes, including the production of basic resources like energy and food, manufacturing resources like alloys and consumer goods, or bonuses like decreasing crime or increasing population growth. Early game recommended buildings include civilian industries and alloy foundries to make consumer goods and alloys respectively. Consumer goods are used for many different things in the game, including population upkeep, colony ships, and specialized jobs such as researchers and bureaucrats. Alloys are also used for many things, in particular ships and ship upgrades. If you unlock a building slot, make a building, but then transfer a population away, you'll lose that slot and building. No loopholes there. Buildings cost minerals and time. Some buildings can be upgraded through certain tech to make them more effective. Finally, one of the biggest ways to earn energy in the game is by having trade routes. Any outpost that is upgraded at least once to a starbase will collect any trade goods from that system and try to send it back to your homeworld to be converted into energy. To upgrade an outpost, select the outpost, and in the first tab on the right hand side there will be an option to upgrade it at the cost of alloys and time. Trade goods is the ring symbol. A starbase only collects from the system they're built in unless you build trade hubs modules. Each trade hub built in a starbase will increase the collection range of trade goods by 1. By clicking on this button, it'll show you trade routes and how much piracy there is. It's important to keep piracy to a minimum because they'll decrease the amount of trade value that gets back to your homeworld and might even spawn hostile ships. There are 2 main ways to decrease piracy, either by putting ships on that system or patrolling that system, and by building defenses. Gun batteries and missile batteries provide pirate reduction and increase the range of said reduction by 1 system each. So those are my best 5 beginner tips for Stellaris. There are a ton more that you'll need to learn, but that should hopefully get you going. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.